Hello everyone, we're back with Benjen's Architects of Tomorrow. We find ourselves up against Geist, which not mad about because it could be difficult for us to fire our ability. Geist doesn't run all that often. This hand is pretty decent. I think we'll set Marcus up on HQ and set Adonis and Fairchild up as well. So we'll fire off the subliminal because it is free. And this on HQ. This onto a new remote. And slam the Adonis in there as well. And we'll see if they want to come for it. If they do, we can get pieces of ice for free, which is nice. And yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect out of Geist. So we got to move kind of quickly. We'll get our subliminal back. Let's draw. That's good. Let's put this on R&D. Where do we want the Marcus? That's the question. I think we'll just get a credit for the moment just so we can get things rezzed. So Fairchild 2.0 could do some work for us. But wow, this is really good start out of them. And they have their spy camera going as well. So, the question is, how do we get through all of this? Ichi might not do too much to us, for us even. Let's stick this on R&D and gain a credit again. Geist can do some pretty good things. Has caused me problems in the past. Definitely a matchup that I'm not all that great at. And they're getting some breakers going as well. So, they've seen the Fairchild, they know kind of what they're dealing with. But we can try and tax them out. This into the two Fairchilds is going to be a pretty good server. And we're getting subliminal firing as well. So let's do that. Let's stick this on server 1, and we could put another Marcus on HQ in case of Siphon. Which might not be all that bad. And we still have plenty of ice that we can stick onto R&D as well. So the Adonis will run out next turn, which means we can start putting pressure on them. Now unfortunately, Fairchild 3.0 is the only thing over here that actually ends the run, which means if they're determined enough, they can certainly go through it. So we got ourselves a Jackson. I would like a beta test. Speak of the devil and it will appear. So let's stick this into server 1. We'll try and get ourselves a free beta test out of everything. Biotic this out, hopefully find ourselves some ice, although we have 6 pieces out already. How much better can it get? Well, we should give it a shot anyway and see what happens. And we draw a Vitruvius as well. So that is pretty good for us, I think. So let's crack the abiotic. Let's do this into a new remote and take our time advancing just in case they have Clot, which seems unlikely. But they might have something to go with. So it's probably not going to be successful, but let's try it anyway. Oh ho ho! That is beautiful. Alright, well, this could be really, really good. So let's stick this onto R&D. Let's put, we need Eli on the remote. And let's put this on R&D as well. And yeah, things are looking pretty good for us. So, they do have an idea of what they need to get in everywhere. Well, past the first few pieces at least. But this works out pretty well for us. Now, we do have Vitruvius, so we could go again if we wanted. And maybe I will. If we Jackson, we're not getting too much out of it. NEPD, they have plenty of money. They're going to be getting even more money, so NEPD is not the greatest option for us. I think we just maybe tidy things up a little bit, or try and get as many things into hand as possible. Could install for the credit, but I don't think they're going to run archives. Does this deck play Temujin now? Most decks do, so perhaps we should just put something down. Fairchild 3 wouldn't be bad because sometimes they play Gordian. Let's put it on archives just in case. Let's get rid of the NEPD for the moment. And we need an Ichi. I don't think we need this one just yet. So next turn I might go for the Vitruvius, or I could put in the launch campaign. Now against Geist you want to go quick, and that is where we run into issues. Sherman is out. So, going to be expensive, but they can get through places. Ooh, and Rex as well, nice. So again, everywhere is... they can get in anywhere they want. Rex is actually a really good call against the Fairchilds. And we got another biotic. Let's do this. Let's shuffle, I think. See if we can get them to come into the remote. So send back NAPD, this, and we'll send back the Adonis. Let's put this into the server and gain 2. I think we can hold on to the Vitruvius a turn, or possibly a couple of more turns if we get the launch campaign to go. Now, unfortunately, this deck does not play Arc Lockdown, because it would be pretty nice to take out some spy cameras. Oh, looks like there's an agenda. Or they're just getting their money up and preparing for the charge. Legwork. Well, that's pretty good. So they could get our Vitruvius here, which would be unfortunate, but not the end of the world. No real such thing as taxing breakers, but we'll give it a go. So they get through that, and we can res the other Marcus for free. At least we're keeping R&D and things like that as hidden information. So now I wish I had the NAPD in hand. Oh, they get the Vitruvius. Mean. Ichi and Subliminal. So is it going to be a double whammy with a run on R&D? Nope, they're coming over here instead. So get through that. We will Crowbar is so good. So if we trash, or if we raise, we're giving them they're basically just making free money here. But we'll do it. Geist is so good. And we can res this. It'll make us quite poor, or we can hold on. We have biotic in hand. I think we just let them through. We want to be able to res things next turn just in case. There goes Levy and Film Critic. Really wish I was playing Arc Lockdown. Let's draw. Let's put the other launch campaign in here. Subliminal, obviously, and hedge. Productive turn. But always a challenge to tax Geist breakers. And of course now they're getting their more permanent setup as well. So they have the mongoose for 1 sentry. Sure, siphon, of course. So we can res something for free at least. Let's go with let's go with the markers over here. Now, unfortunately, we are losing that hidden information element, but at least we're getting some stuff for free. So they gain plenty of money again. And presumably they'll shake the tag. Yep. And now we can ice up HQ again. This server is pretty good, but they do have some tools to get through it. Same old thing is gone, but you can be guaranteed that they have a couple more. And Ichi makes it a very untempting proposition, though they do have Shiv as well. So I think for the moment we'll just put the Ravana out. Spy camera reveals all. Shiv comes down, and now if they want the agenda, or if they see an agenda, they can get it. But nothing there. Subliminals. Just take the 1. Let's draw. That's good. This, and can put Jackson down as a distraction. Could put a piece of ice out here, but it's expensive for us. If we put Jackson down, we can get back and launch, hedge, piece of ice. Not bad. So, tax them a click at least, which is about all we can do at the moment. But unfortunately, if they have another spy camera and they use it, we don't get to mess around with them. Which is one of the great things of Jackson in this matchup. But how do we close the game out? That is the big issue. They get another spy camera, they use it, and they have 1 click left, with all the money in the world. Just a sports hopper. Scarcity of resources, wow, that is way too late probably. I doubt there's too many more resources coming out. So, do we think that they would run here? I mean, they have all the money. They're building up for a levy. So we may be better off just using the biotic again. Because we can't tax their breakers. So I think we just do this. This time we will not fire it. But getting the last 3 points could be challenging. Because they have levy to use. I doubt they're going to get themselves tagged, and we do not have an arc lockdown to fire off. So they're going to go for one big charge, and then presumably levy. Install this into the server, and gain 2. Seems decent. Really bemoaning the lack of Ender on ice though. So we have a one-off Batty in here, but with something like Geist, it's hard to see how we can get it to land. If we could fire off... what do we want for free? I suppose we'll take the full value. They have so much money. So how can we tag them? So they get in with 30 plus credits. Insane. So we're basically just hunting for biotic labourers at this stage. Here comes the legwork, but there's nothing interesting in here. We can get them to spend a little bit and a token. Costs us 3. How exciting is that? It's not very, is it? They have so much money though. I think we leave them off. I think we leave it as a surprise. And maybe, just maybe, they might think that there's something in here that they'll whiff on it. So now, how do we close this out? This is going to be the same old thing, levy. Draw one. There's another biotic. That is good for us. What do we have over here? Cogate, barrier, Cogate. I think another Ravana has to go on this server. It costs us 3 to get it there. But I think it has to be done. I really want to find that Batty at some point as well. Unfortunately, firing on Ichi does nothing for us because they have so many options here. So, they can go for a same old siphon, but that would require having the levy in hand. Vamp. Oh dear. Okay, well, we're going to make it slightly easier for them. Use Ravana, but we will get an extra piece of ice res for free. Which isn't bad. I was not expecting Vamp out of Geist. Yeah. We will be resolving that. Okay. See, this is where the timing issue comes in. And I've had it before, making this identity the most controversial that I've played. When they break the subroutines, I believe, at least from reading the timing chart, that they can choose to end the run as they've done here. However, some people have said that the only way that the run ends at that point is if there is an end the run subroutine, meaning that they can get to the next stage, as in they've passed it, and then they can jack out. But I'm going to leave them off here and take some money and throw down in Adonis into server 1. Because presumably they will have to same old thing levy. And now that they've played this, they might feel that we're trying to get something out here. We can tax them pretty well with the Rex here. So this is exactly what's happening. Although, same old thing, levy becomes even better after this run. Okay, they're not going to let us tax the Rex completely. So we'll have to use 2 counters. And just an Adonis at the end of all that. Let's draw. Scarcity, again, doesn't do much for us, I don't think. Let's just take 2. I was hoping to find another, something else that I could install to cause them food for thought. Because otherwise we will see the levy soon. I'm surprised they haven't done it already, considering we're playing HB. Arc Lockdown could easily be about. Seems a bit dangerous to leave yourself on such little resources. Unless, of course, they have read Benjen's list as well and have realised that there is no Arc Lockdown here to shut them out. Meaning they have a bit more time. Here comes the Siphon. And unfortunately we won't get to res anything. But it's not a cheap run for them. So to spend 4, they're going to have to spend 4. So, yeah, not great. Spend 12. And some counters. And then have to shake tags as well. Puts us in a better position, as in if we could find... Oh, I'm going to have to do a counter to their influence, because they use the same old thing on this. Meaning they're pretty much all in on this. They use the Forger, and now they're way over memory. That was weird. Why did their memory end up all skewed? And they installed another Forger. So let's do a count. See how bad I am counting. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they could easily have another one in there somewhere. We can just slam a Vitruvius in here. Let's see. See if they're willing to go for it, or if they have any other tricks and shenanigans. Yep, there's the levy. Sports Hopper. Not bad. So Spike Armor's back out again. But we're going to survive. We will get a subliminal for free, and we get an archived as well, which means we can get our biotic back. Oh, we're not going to use biotic. What can we get back? We can get back a launch campaign or an Adonis. That seems pretty good to me. So let's do this. Let's advance this by 3. We should nearly play scarcity resources this time around because we can get rid of like same old things and peddlers, things like that. Let's get rid of Ichi. I don't think it's going to happen. And now we're basically trying to get to 7 credits and an agenda. So I'm going to go a bit broke on this. But we get our other Ravana up for free. So this is quite a server now. Ravana into Ichi into Fairchild. It's pretty good. So, can we get to 7 credits before they get through this absolute tower of... Okay, yeah. Again, going back to that controversy. So, we could be a little sneaky here. We could archive for launch campaign, install the beta test. No, because we're not engineering the future, so we can't do that. But let's do it anyway. So let's install this into the server and take a credit. Now, did they use a spike armor last turn? They did, so they've seen the beta test. Nothing in there, we can't afford to res, so in you go. So they don't have a legwork, they do have employee strike, but God, I wish we had scarcity resources down. So we'll get this up and running. Jackson comes out. I think we just play to 7. And unless they get a legwork off here or get this trashed, which seems unlikely, we should be able to biotic out next turn and be in a good spot, but gotta watch out for legwork and siphon and vamp apparently. And with the amount of collectless straw they're getting off, one could be coming soon. Hopefully it's siphon, vamp. Okay, I'm happy with installs. 2 more installs and I'm happy out. Or even a run on HQ, or sorry, a run on R&D would be perfectly suited. And there we go. We do get to biotic out. They don't have anything that can stop us. So we'll add a subliminal. We will use one. We will biotic, install into a new remote, and advance by 3. That beta test early on absolutely won us this game. It got us so much ice over here and made this server a bit beefier as well. And yeah, worked out perfectly. Shut down Geist and made it pretty much impenetrable. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. I would recommend giving this deck a try, but maybe slot in a little more end the run ice.